Looks like it's usually underwater. This mural depicts some kind of voyage or pilgrimage undertaken by the Maya. Seems they carried an item of great import and travelled south to the source of the pink fish. The Amazon River, just like Jonah said. Those worthies shall be sacrificed to the Red Goddess, she of the waning moon and she of the waxing moon, grandmother to all, life-taker and birth-giver. Wonder where this'll lead. May Ergu be the one to chart the path from this life to the next, so that we may all travel safely. No one's been through here in years. May Remax be the first voice we hear in the afterlife, and may her stories comfort us.
What do you think built all this?
It could have been the Inca. They knew a lot about hydraulics.
I hope that this structure's... the bridge is down. Maybe we could lift it with those counterweights.
Maybe. This describes something nearby.
I bet this
Two
one...
serpents.
You want to try it?
I think I'll... stick to the bottles you found in the cargo from the plane. You know, if I had known how much time I'd spend in the wilderness, I I'd have paid more attention in Boy Scouts.
Wasn't your thing?
Well, my family situation meant we didn't get to do a lot of stuff like that.
This depicts the Incan god Kon. He was the son of Inti, the sun god, and Pachamama, the moon goddess. Kon was in charge of the wind and the rain, although in some legends he was only in charge of the weather that came from the south, while his brother Pachacamac was in charge of weather that came from the north. I mean, there is supposed to be a secret city of gold in Peru, Paititi. Every treasure hunter on Earth is looking for it. But Dad's notes stop in Mexico, like he lost interest or...
Or?
I don't know. The next volume picks up in Syria.
Remind me how the riddle goes again?
These two gods are the rulers of the Maya underworld, Xibalba, literally the place of fright. Vucub-Kakwish, whose name means seven macaw, was a monstrous bird who was said to carry the false sun in his beak. His subordinate was Hunkame, which means one death. They are both defeated and killed by the hero twins after challenging them to various sports and games in which both sides cheated. Vucub-Kakwish lost his game of darts when the hero twins used blowpipes. That should hold. Now, if I push the crane arm, I should be able to get on the crate. Made it. The watchful eye of one of the Lords of Death lies the gate to Xibalba, where all must travel when transitioning from this life to the next. This might represent one of the Lords of Xibalba. The counterweight is tied to the statue in my way. A depiction of Apuk, god of death and ruler of Mitnau, the ninth and most horrible level of the Maya version of hell. One thing Apuk enjoyed doing was dressing in putrefying flesh and visiting the surface to prey upon the living. According to legend, the only way to save yourself from him was to scream and yell like you were in unbearable agony. He'd assume you were already being tortured by one of his minions and leave you alone. How appropriate that his harbinger demon was a screech owl named Muon. Those charged with crimes are brought here, and they battle under the watchful gaze of the gods, the only infallible judges. Those proven innocent may leave, but the guilty are killed and thrown to Xibalba. There's no mistaking that bright golden disk. Inti, the most important god of the Inca. He was the god of the sun, protector of the people, and the provider of warmth and light. Some legends also credit him with teaching humans the ways of civilization, and the Incan emperors were either considered his lineal descendants or physical incarnations of Inti on Earth, depending on which emperor you asked.
No se equivocan. Prefería estar jugando con ellos.
Someone has barricaded the path. May Waiter's desire for power be sated by the time we follow him to the afterlife.
Si gano yo...
Did you hear? They're forcing our kids to work now.
Poor Pablo.
We should do something. Those guys push them out so hard.
Haven't seen you around here before.
I just got in, but I won't be staying long.
Don't let how it looks fool you. This is a good place. Difficult, but good.
Your garden seems to have survived the storm.
Luck and hard work. A lot of people pitched in to grow it, so they all came to protect it too.
No son grandes ya. Se ven bastante grandes. Pero cuando los sean, los comeremos, ¿no? Fue lo que dijo.
This is a dedication to Supe, god of death and ruler of Uku Pasha, the Incan underworld. It entreats him to come forth with his legions of demons and to converge on this site, where the local people will do him honor with written poems extolling his greatness or offerings of food and drink. By paying him the respect he deserves in this way, the local people pray he will only take those he must, and not harm any others of their community unnecessarily. This is a little bit unusual. It shows herds of sheep, llamas, and goats. But one farmer wouldn't usually tend 3 distinct herds like this. That one llama, alone on the hill, that must be Urkachile, the Incan god who watches over animals. Urkachile was often depicted as a llama. This is a dedication from all the local herders to the one who protects their flocks, thanking Urkachile for the preservation of their livelihood. A dragon. This must be depicting Pachamama, the Incan goddess of motherhood, earth, and time. She presided over fertility, the harvest, and planting. Her body was the mountains, and she was also the cause of earthquakes. People used to make miniature pieces of clothing with highly intricate designs solely for the purpose of burning them in dedication to her. That would account for the scorch marks on the floor. And those brown stains must be llama blood, another popular sacrifice.
I'll be right there, Laura.
Rea, the Incan god of the moon. He was relatively low in status, so he didn't have a mate. This tells the story of how he reshaped his sperm into the form of a fruit, which impregnated the goddess Kaviaka when she ate it. His pregnancy came as quite a surprise since Kaviaka was a virgin. But when her son was born, the boy immediately solved the question of his paternity by crawling right towards Rea. Kaviaka was so humiliated by Rea's low standing that she fled with her son to Peru, where they turned into coastal rocks. When the caverns begin to howl, a warrior must descend to ease the torment. If one cannot be sacrificed, then all will die. From death to life, new moon to full, this temple serves as guardian to the silver box. From life to death, full moon to new, this temple serves as guardian to the silver box. Suicide was not considered forbidden by the Maya. In fact, it was considered an honorable alternative to living. Because of this, by committing suicide, you could bypass the underworld and go straight to paradise, where other noble deaths included the sacrificed, those who died in battle or childbirth, and those who died playing ball. The suicide's escort on the journey to paradise would be this goddess, Ishtab, also called Rope Woman. She was the goddess of suicides, especially those who hanged themselves and manifested as a rotting corpse hanging from a noose.